Hey there guys, TRCK here again. This time, welcome to the ToneX ONE kit number 2. So, the adventure of iconic amps continues. In this package, we will discover some of the most requested amps in history actually. Also what's very important, all captures are new dialed in from Carlis from Amalgam Audio. So if you own another of the old DI captures, they are basically a little bit different because, as we all know, when we spend some time with the amps even more or after a year, our ear gets better and we dialed in the amps a little bit even more nicer. We will see. All right. So also it's important to know that you can use the old IRs from the ToneX ONE kit also, so you can combine them and even got more tones. So that's the big adventure of the DI captures as in general, but I will do this at the end of the video, and then I will compare some cabinets also with the different tones. So without further ado, we will catch up with this amazing ToneX Amp Kit 2. So a very important information. I created this folder like you see here, the ToneX ONE Kit 2, and I also created a folder I call ToneX ONE Amp Kit 2 with effects. So effect means just what you can use from ToneX, so I will not spend too much time dialing in the noise gate and then the reverb, because I think it's great to have also an idea how the amp sounds dry and also how it sounds with some room. And here in the studio it gets a little bit noisy, so I have to turn up the noise gate. So just if you're wondering if there's any digital noise happening, that's because the noise gate is not switched on. That's why I create this this other folder, but these are the same amps, just dialed in a little bit of reverb. I can show you the settings later, and a little bit of noise gate. And I also can switch it off and on so you can hear how it reacts. So without further ado and not too much talking, because we're here, we want to hear sounds. I will start with the first one, which is the Fender. So this is the Fender Clean Bright DI. As you can see here, this is the Fender Super Reverb with a Fender 4x12 speaker. So let's start with this one. I will do also a little bit different guitars with different amps when I think it's time to get the Strat or the modern guitar, or even the down-tuned guitar. I will also use this. First things first, let's start with a Les Paul. Before I started, the input trim, watch the input trim. Here I set it around 7.1, just for your interest, because I thought this was the best using with the Les Paul right now. All right, we're gonna start with the clean tone. Fender Super Reverb, that sounds great. I think because it's a Fender amp, we need definitely a Fender style guitar. So I have my K Pro KS Custom, which is basically Strat type of guitar. Let's grab this one. Let's go in the in-between position. First things we need to do, we need to raise the input gain a little bit more because it's a Strat. All right, that sounds good. Yes, this is how Super Reverb should sound. That was bright. So we have the Strat here. Let's go to the bright edge. It's a little bit more here. Also the noise increase. So let's do the Amp Kit 2. I created the effects. Let's go there, and there you see the noise gate. These are the setting I use, around 67 minus. And for the reverb I use a room, and the pre-delay around 30, and the output around, let's do 20. Ah, nice. Nice. Let's switch to the Les Paul. See how it sounds. Right, input a little bit back to, like I said, 7.1. And let's go to the neck pickup. Really nice. I like what I'm hearing. I'm liking the Fender Super Reverb in general. It's a killer amp. It's a killer pedal platform as well. So yes, I dig it a lot actually. So let's keep on. Let's go back to the other folder. And there comes the HWTT DR504 from 1975. We start with a clean channel, bone dry with the Les Paul. Yeah, love it. Let's do some effects with it. Great capture. All right, let's keep on with a crunch. So here there might be some noise. So let's get in the noise gate. No effects or whatever. Yes, pretty gritty and nice. Like it a lot. All right, so the next amp, before that, I would like to hear the same amp with crunch a little bit. And let's get the Strat, because HWTT, as we know from some famous guitar player from the band Pink Floyd, uses a lot. So let's try this one. Yes, I like it. Has some really tightness to it. Some different reaction than maybe with a Fender amp or a Marshall. It's really clear and focused. I like that a lot. So great amp, no question. So the next amp is a little bit more high gain. So let's do something. I have a modern Kypro here, which is tuned down a whole step. So it's a little bit more heavy. as expected. And this is the Mesa M Mark V. Petrucci used this one a lot in the days, the channel 2 of the gain. So let's check this out with noise gate, but no reverb at first. Hell of a beast. I love it. That's great. So let's do the channel 3. I guess it's a little bit more gain even. Let's switch the reverb at first off. Hell, that is tight. Great. So, but let's put some reverb on it. Let's do a plate. Imagine we're in the big stadium. Let's keep the pre-delay a little bit more higher. Oh, it's a little too much, but we'll see. That itself is worth every penny of this package. That's amazing. It sounds killer. Feels nice to play. It's the right amount of compression. For this type of sound, for the heavy stuff, strongly suggested. Alright guys, so the next amp is an iconic amp. It's the Marshall JTM 45, as played by Eric Clapton, for example. Gary Moore, I think, used them also. And let's do some bluesy stuff. Put the noise gate already in, as you can see. Shouldn't be an issue at all. And let's start with the bridge pickup with the Les Paul. Was crunch, very nice. Let's do some reverb with it, some little room. And let's go to the neck pickup. Let's try to roll off the tone up a little bit to get that kind of woman tone. Killer blues tone, killer rock tone, and nice. So let's try this with a Strat also, because I think it will sound nice. Let's increase the input trim just a tiny bit. All right, let's go to the neck pickup and try. That's a tone, really nice. All right, let's go to the edge. It's a little bit less gain, edge of breakup tone, noise gate in, no reverb at all. Start with the Strat. Right, so let's try it with a Les Paul, the Edge. Let's also give us some verb, just a tiny bit. Killer tone. Love it. All right, let's go to the JT50. So the JT50 actually, JTM50 I should say, from 1967 is that kind of AC/DC range. Start with a dime. So let's try to play some AC/DC kind of stuff, but not AC/DC because I don't want to get copy striked or get the video down. I think that's spot on. Let's go to the next one, which is called Clean Fat. Right. I don't think we need any noise gate here. Let's start with a neck pickup. Love it because it's a really fat clean tone. Let's get some verb. Oh, let's do this. All right, some reverb. Fantastic reverb. Fantastic, not reverb. Reverb's also nice. Fantastic capture. I think this is one of my go-to clean tones from now on. If I need a fat clean tone, because it has that Marshall vibe, but still, it's great. Great. What should I say? Let's keep going on with the Marshall Super Bass Crunch. Let's keep the settings with reverb and the noise gate, and the super reverb basically is that prominent amps used by so many session players over the years. Also Jimmy Page used one, although it's his amp's a little bit modded, but let's try to keep that vein. Without any reverb. Also, I wonder how this cleans up. Sorry guys, I need to switch the noise gate off for a second, because when I'm using the tone pot at really low volume, it's kind of hard because the noise gate will cut the tone. So sorry for the noise. This is the bridge pickup. So if you need 1 amp, this would be all I would need. Maybe a pedal in front of it. That's all. Nice. The next one is the Superbass 100 Edge. So kind of breakup tone. Let's keep the reverb settings. Let's play some crunchy noise. Man, that screams for a Strat actually. I have to use the Strat because I think this combination is also very famous. Let's increase the gain, the trim in a little bit for the Strat. And let's play some Hendrixy stuff. No, I won't play this. Nice. It's definitely that's a tone. So the Superbass is also very nice, very nice. All right, let's keep going on with the Orange 120 crunch setting. For this, I will grab the Les Paul again. What I like actually about the Orange amps, I have to say they are not my very favorite amps, but for some kind of stuff they are really amazing, and that's for the warmth they have. So let's check it out without any reverb, and let's do some crunchy chords. Like about the Orange amps, and especially this capture sounds amazing, is they have this really dark voice, which is kind of different to the Marshall actually. I also had the input a little bit higher. Let's get it back, and let's do the fuzzy capture. It's called here. No, it's not called the fuzzy capture, but it's called dimed fat, and it has a fuzzy kind of capture. Let's find out. Without any reverb. Yes, that's a tone I'm enjoying also a lot. So basically, I'm sorry to say this, but every time it sounds amazing. These captures are something else. Amalgam Audio has some really nice magic fingers to dial in the tone. So that was the Orange 120. Let's keep on. So the next thing is the Soldano SL100. So this is also an iconic amp. Goes into the hot rodded Marshall area, kind of 80s. A lot of guys used them, and for this I will use this Kypro modern guitar, which is basically super strat, and I think that fits that amp really well. Put in the noise gate, and without any reverb, just the crunch setting. Nice. Let's do the overdrive gain 2. We need the noise gate, guys. All right, bear with me. All right, so this is gain 2. So, but with the Soldano, we all know a famous player that uses the Soldano also on some of his tour, and that's Gary Moore. So let's try the Les Paul and some effects with it. Let's do the rhythm pickup first, but let's create a big, gigantic arena. Yes. That's a tone I can totally dig and love. That's great. Although I'm more a Marshall guy, I think this Soldano has its own character. All right, so let's go on. The next one is a TRCK TS1. For this, I would like to do the Strat. All right, so the TRCK TS1. Let's try this without any effects, just some noise gate, and because it's a clean tone and the Strat is always quieter, let's get the volume a little bit up. Great, that's a nice tone. So let's do the drive 2 bright. Again, we definitely need noise gate here. So let's do the effect ones. All right, with some reverb on it. Great. I think this amp loves Strat guitars a lot, actually. Nice. Very, very nice. So the next one is the Vox AC50, which is the famous Beatles amp, as you might know. Noise gate up at first. That's also a killer amp. And let's maybe start with a crunched balance and the Strat. I like that character. Really, really nice. Let's do some room with it, just to give it a little bit more life. Also, I'm very curious how this thing sounds with a Les Paul. So let's grab it. That's why we have it here. All right. Again, at first, without reverb. Let's get back gain. Reverb with it, some reverb with it. So for this kind of crunch and semi-crunch, I think it's one of my definitely favorite tones, because it's so dynamic, has this very, very, very high frequency, fuzzy thing that's going on. That's what's prominent for the Vox amps, for sure. But on this, it's really special. Great sounding capture. Thank you, Carlos, for this. All right, so let's do the clean balance, which is basically the last capture we have here. So I would say this is definitely one of my, from this package, for this kind of tone, is definitely one of my favorites. It's a killer sounding amp. I love that. It has some really vintage voiced clarity, but also punch and also the right mids. It's a great amp, not only for Beatles stuff, also for a lot of other stuff. Actually, it's not quite off from a Marshall and as well, but you might know this already. I don't want to bore you with the specs. So this was basically the ToneX kit number 2. To give you a short teaser, the ToneX kit number 3 will contain all the really soaked after boutique amps. So as for example, the Benson, the Comet, the Tone King Imperial, and I'm very happy to do another video for this very soon, and I'm very gracious. Yes, I think Carlos will put out a great package then as well, as he always do. And if you're curious about these even more, let's say you want to have more DIs from these packages, get the DI packages. There's the expansion, there's the core, and you can expand even more. If you say, oh, I like the Vox AC50 a lot, get the whole package and you have the whole range of tones with different guitars, and that's really absolutely mind-blowing tones. So what I'm going to do now, basically, I will keep this Les Paul for this time, and let's try the IR thing I told you about. For example, let's go to the Let's go to the Mesa Too Clean. Not too clean, sorry, too gain balanced, the Mesa Mark V, and then I'm gonna change caps. So for this, I still will use the Les Paul. This is standard tuning, but it's fat anyway. Let's do the noise gate a little bit more. All right, and no reverb. I will play some chords and then change the IR, and you will gonna see it. So let's change the cap, custom IRs. So right now we have a little bit more. This is the new one, the AA Mesa 4x12 for right. 30, not 30 like in Germany, 30. It's V30. So let's do it maybe, I don't know. Let's see if we have, so where it is. The other Mesa from the 2C Plus package. The other one. Jesus, sounds like two different amps actually. So the microphonic placement is really, really important, the IR. But let's do something really crazy. I ever wondered how this Mesa Mark V sounds with a 2x12 Vox cabinet with silver anecho speakers bright. Let's see. Back to the original. It's phenomenal how this IR always changes the tone. Let's try the orange cap. Seems to be also very popular. Let's try the Marshall cabinet. Oh, I love that. Let's do the original. Let's do the Marshall again. Tons of so actually tons of flexibility with this. And personally, I like this Marshall right now in the moment without any mixing situation. I like this one even more. So you have all these possibilities. So there you have it. With the different IRs, it totally can change up the game forever to a whole nother level of tones. So basically that's my idea, and my thoughts about that the DI captures are always really nicer. Not only they are more like the original compared, and they feel a lot better than the full capture. I don't know why that is. It makes no sense, but actually it is so. Even if you use the same, it's a feel thing. If you use the same maybe DI with the impulse response, or use the full capture, that is basically the same, but it's a different behavior. It reacts different, and that's a kind of thing where we go to how does it feel? Does it feel better? Plus, you are more flexible, and that's maybe the most important thing for me personally, because as guitar players, we want that. We want to be flexible. We want to shape our tones, like I showed you. The Mesa Mark V with a Marshall cap sounds great, sounds killer, sounds different, and that's the thing. It's nothing better or worse. It's just a matter of taste. So you can use your own IRs. You can, maybe we all have some libraries of IRs, so you are very flexible. You can use them and enjoy it, and yeah. So I hope you like what you see and enjoy the tones, and hopefully the playing also a little bit. I'm sorry if I ditched a note here and there, but just spontaneous reacting to the great captures Carly's did. The fantastic job. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to the channel. This would also help a lot to grow a little bit more in the modern guitar world. And so the next thing will be the boutique amp kit, which is the amp kit number 3. soon available. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Enjoy guitar playing and see you soon. Bye bye.